Hello everyone, Untitled, welcome to another fabric mod overview, this time on ProtoSky, a mod that simply changes the way the world generates and pretty much gives you a vanilla skyblock with each new world you generate, as far as I can tell. So you can see I've got literally no blocks whatsoever, except for a bonus chest that I have placed. So if you want a skyblock you can do that. From there obviously, pretty much I assume just be using the commands like set block and fill and this, that, and the other, I assume, to create your own platform as a starting point. I don't think seeds really matter, as I assume they still generate kind of the same. Like, obviously, look-wise it is. I don't know if it still generates the same seed or something different. But yeah, if we just go out and to, say, a world type, you can see that it actually has no new thing like saying ProtoSky in the actual thing there. So yeah, if we just go to a new one, which we'll see what happens, we'll go say ProtoSky World 2 for example, and we've got everything we need, and I'll stay in creative so I don't have to switch game modes because it's kind of awkward. But pretty much what it does in trying to do this is it pretty much does the whole typical world loading, but after it does that, it deletes all the blocks afterwards. So everything that it's typically trying to go, hey, this is the world that we're generating for you, it completely removes it afterwards. And obviously you'll just be falling constantly. I assume if I just drop here, it would just completely defeat me, and then that's it. I'm just going to keep falling from the sky over and over and over again, unless I obviously hit the chest and happen to maybe just survive on top of it. We actually kill ourselves here, can we? No, we're still just going to be falling, so it's not going to set anything. So if we did have a gravestone, maybe we would do something like that, I guess, also. But yeah, you'd have to like set your spawn point on the chest, or actually create a skyblock world. You're pretty much just getting a template or so for a skyblock world. And if we go seed again, obviously we're getting a completely different seed, so that's fine. So that's good to know. Obviously we've got our bonus chest resources, so we want to get started with a platform. We don't have a sapling, but either way. So you're pretty much just using this to set up a skyblock, not just go, oh, it's already set up for you. You're still having to create your own platform and this and the other. So we'll go set block. We'll just go, I don't know, just a bunch of these, because I don't really know how the command works itself. We'll go with an ash. Actually, we'll go with a suitable block that's actually useful. Grass. We'll go with that. Grass block particularly. So the position is out of this world. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. Right. So if we do that now, that'll put it there for us. And if we want to do, say, a slash fill, we could do this and this and this and this, and then I guess maybe just an ash block or something. That'll just put that up where I was, so that's cool. So you could use both those commands to obviously set up a platform. There is no config, so there's not much else I can really say otherwise. It doesn't add anything, it is just the sort of ability to do things. The things that don't change though, as certain things are kept, is things such as the in-portal frames, where a stronghold would typically generate. I'd assume, of course, you still need the allow structures sort of setting to exist. I assume for this to work. You've got obsidian pillars and end crystals in the end. You've got the evil end portal? No, generated. Exit, sorry, I don't know how I got evil from that. So exit one, so the overworld one, and then you've got shulkers and item frames and then cities and such. So we'll actually have to check dimensions and see if this actually affects those as well, because I have not tested that yet. So we'll see, and I assume it means that it's not going to generate like villages, and it's not going to generate the ruined nether portals or something. So yeah, we'll just do this and find out, and then we'll go back and we'll like slash locate something. Actually, we'll do that now and see what we find. So go, I don't know, mineshaft. It's apparently the location of where one would be, but it's not going to generate, I assume. What else we got here? We got Stronghold, which will do that, and we'll just go in here first. Alright, so we've got a pretty much nether dimension that's completely empty. So you're still getting the same biomes, so if you do need things to consider, like, oh, okay, it's still cold, and this and the other, my crops can't grow and such, you'll still get that, or certain particular mobs spawning those biomes, so that's obviously not going to change. So if I were to find a particularly different biome from, say, Cinderscapes, for example, that's still going to happen, so that's fine. So that's a completely empty thing there. So if we go to, for example, a mineshaft, it's just going to teleport me to a random location. If we go to a stronghold, it is also a random location, but there's no end portal? There's no recipe for them either. No? Okay, so I don't know how you'd actually find this end portal from here. Unless it's high above or something? Am I missing something? I spy. So we found a fallen eye of Ender, okay. Even though I'm sure I went to a stronghold. Otherwise, oop, there we go, there's the end portal. So you can find it, it's just it's randomly somewhere. Or wherever it's supposed to be positioned. So I was here, and if I don't know if I originally put up my actual coordinates, but since I haven't set anything else, like a bed or anything else, we'll go back to there. So there, future reference of where we were. Now we've got our obsidian area, we've got our pillars, and obviously if you get knocked off it's even more dangerous. And there's obviously the portal here, and do we have an end gateway at all? I don't think so, or do those not appear until later? I think that's probably, I keep forgetting how the end does things. And with like final bits and pieces. What do we got here? We got that's miles away, or kilometers away, whichever. And an end city, oh man. Alright, so we've got shulkers apparently spawned in places where they typically would generate as an end city, but there's no blocks whatsoever. So I'm assuming if you were to actually find an Elytra, you, oh man, you actually still can't, oh great, wow. That's funny. So it just sort of drops. So unless you had a magnet, you'd basically not even be able to get access to those. Because it's attached to basically nothing. So that's hilarious, but also quite difficult. Then again, I don't think there's much of anything else you can customize or otherwise. So yeah. So shulkers you can get on top of, obviously, because they're still, you know, unlike other entities, you know, they still take up sort of block space or act kind of like a block. So that's something. But other than that, yeah, the dimensions are obviously completely empty, besides, say, the portals or whatever else you have. So we'll just, I guess, take damage, and where were we before? Yeah, so that's for comparison, obviously, to where the end portal was, so yeah, that's quite a distance away as you'd expect, but yeah, you'd be placing like a lot of blocks or something, or you'd probably want to actually search with a command just to find it if you don't want to go forever aimlessly, I guess, or just actually take the challenge of finding it, without obviously using the command. But yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. It just keeps obviously very few things. You're still pretty much getting a skyblock experience as you'd expect, but yeah, very few blocks are going to appear. Nether fortresses do apparently, or there's like a wireframe sort of thing showing where they are, or an outline or something where the structure would be, or bounding box. Can you find hitboxes and things? I didn't think structures had hitboxes or something. I don't know. I don't think they do. I mean, we've already got the teleport here, so might as well. There's the stronghold. So that's where that is. So yeah, it's not going to show it at all. So it's not going to show that. They've just done that for the sake of showing this, which is just using bounding box reloaded, I assume, or some other means that I'm unaware of. It looks like bounding box reloaded. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.